Hey y'all, Heather here, bringing you July safety. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're staying cool out there. It is super icky hot. Be sure to stay hydrated and look out for each other. Make sure everybody's doing okay. First thing we're going to talk about today is our recordable incidents. So as of June 2017, we have 3 recordable incidents. Our customers look at that number to determine how safe we are. Last year's industry average was 3.2, so they kind of use that as a basis, as a guide to determine, like I said, if we're safe or not. So we're hovering at that 3 mark. We don't know what the 2017 industry average is going to be, but it's usually around the 3 mark. So we really, truly need to work super hard to get to the end of the year with no more incidents. Number one, we need to do it for ourselves and for our Carlton Scale family to make sure everybody is safe and sound. Number two, our numbers will better reflect that we are safe and our customers will be more satisfied with that. So please, again, work hard, work together, stay safe, take your 2, identify 3. And if you're getting that little nudge in your head that says, you know what, this is probably not the safest thing for me to do, I probably shouldn't do it, then you probably shouldn't. Second thing we're going to talk about today is what the hazard. We have been gathering all the near misses and hazards that you guys are submitting in, and we wanted to compile that information and share some of that with you. There's a few things that I want you guys to ask yourself and think about as we go through these near misses. First, ask yourself, am I doing everything that I possibly can do to prevent an incident, accident from happening? Number 2, do I have everything that I need to make this the safest job possible? Do I have the right tools? Do I have the right equipment? Maybe I need something else. Number 3, do I need to talk to the customer? Do I need to have a conversation with my manager? And number 4, just simply, is there a better way to do this? Is there something that I can do differently that will be safer and better than what I'm currently doing? So the first thing that we are going to talk about that was submitted was our picture here of Mr. Snake. You guys encounter hazards like that all the time. Again, what are you going to do to prevent something from happening? The second one is working on a CAT scale. The manhole cover was off. Somebody stepped back and about fell in the manhole. Is there something we should be doing so that that is not even an option for somebody to fall in? Third one, forklifts. You guys are always submitting forklift stories, the crazy forklift drivers. It looks like in this particular situation, the customer is not real good at planning and has things set up to keep you from getting hurt. So what are you going to do in those places that the customer is not really looking out for your best interest? The third one is you're working in a place that has really slick floors and it's really slippery and your slip resistant boots aren't even keeping you safe. How are you going to prevent a slip, trip, or fall? Third one is a rail cart that didn't have any brakes. As a contractor, what can we do to be better prepared for that situation and prevent an incident or prevent us being caught in the middle of something terrible? And the last thing is we're on a job, we have to get the weights up to a catwalk. We use a lift and a pallet to get the weights up there. Then we're on the catwalk, we have to reach over and get the weights off so that we can do our job. Are we doing what is necessary to prevent anything bad from happening there? Are we wearing our harness? Do we have our fall protection? Are the people below us protected? So those are the things that I want you to think about. There'll be 2 near misses that you guys will discuss after this. You can either pause the video now or you can do it at the end of the video, whichever is better for you. But ask those questions. Like I said, we're doing a really good job at identifying the hazards. I feel like maybe there's an opportunity for us to be a little bit better at coming up ways to prevent an incident from happening and taking the steps necessary to do that. Few things I just want to talk about briefly. First thing is MSHA. I just sent out the second quarter report, the 7002. You are required to keep those with you. Carlton Scale is required to have the last 4 quarters handy. So in your MSHA binder, you should have third and fourth quarter 2016, and you should have first and second quarter 2017. If you don't have that, get with your OM and he will be happy to provide that for you. What that is we have to submit how many hours we work on an MSHA site, on a mine site, and how many men are on a mine site. So that information that you're putting into ACRATime and using those drop-down boxes when you submit time for working in a mine, and you choose yes or yes coal, that's what gives me the data that goes on those reports. So if you're unsure about that drop-down box, get with your manager, get with your service coordinator or OA. Feel free to call here at corporate. We'll be glad to help you with that. If you're unsure if a customer is a mine site or not, we'll be happy to help you with that as well. The second thing I want to talk about is Smarter Certs. The customer portal has been great. We still have people daily asking how they can get access to the portal. We have quality managers and upper management who are requesting access to the portal. These may not be the normal people that you deal with on a daily basis and who are getting those work orders. So I just want to remind you to be mindful that this is, really customer facing at this point, and to be very careful with what you put on your calibration reports. Cross your T's, dot your I's, use correct punctuation and capital letters. I'm not saying you have to be an English major, but make things look professional and put as much detail on there that you possibly can. You may have one of those folks that you don't normally deal with want to go back and look at the history of their scale, and they need some information to make a determination as to what to do going forward. The truck scale form. I promise it's coming. The developer and I finalized the last few things with the form. He is expecting to work on that all of August. His goal is to be done mid-September so that we can roll it out beginning of October. That's a stretch. Hopefully things will get done sooner, but I want you to know that October 1st will be when we go live with the truck scale form. There may be some things that we have to do on the back end to get prepared for that, so I want to make sure we have lots of time and that we do this correctly. And there's been lots going on behind the scenes to make this a really good form, and we're going to be able to provide that way better service with that form on our truck scales, way better than we have before in the past. So I'm looking forward to that. I know you guys are looking forward to that, so just hold your horses. It's coming. Static notes, this is for you guys, this is for the technicians. This is so that you can document any pertinent information per scale. Please use that. I think it'll be a great tool for you guys to communicate with each other, and it might be something that you don't necessarily need to put on the work order. So it's just another tool for you to use to communicate and have something at your fingertips. Quality, last but not least. Most of the calibrations that we perform, we use the Carlton Scale Industrial Standard 0.1%. There were some procedures in place as to what loads to use and when, what the percentage should be for the shift test, and not a lot of people were aware of what those standards were. So we've tweaked those a little bit, and we will be getting that out to everyone so that we can be more consistent as a company. And whether you're in Kingsport or whether you're in Salisbury, you're going to be performing the same test for the same scale, for the same load, if it's Carlton Scale Industrial Standard. If a customer doesn't want a Carlton Scale Industrial Standard, if they want you to use a different load or they don't want you to do a shift test, of course, not a problem. We're just going to change that calibration option to be customer defined versus Carlton Scale Industrial Standard. If a customer asks us, what is Carlton Scale Industrial Standard and how do you do that? What are your procedures? We're going to be able to provide that information to them. And again, it'll be the same across the board. On that note as well, we had a situation come up from a customer recently that I wanted to share with you. The customer had a pretty intense quality system in place. So anytime they're as found readings were out of tolerance, they had to jump through a bunch of hoops and fill out a bunch of paperwork for their quality folks. So they just wanted us to just not even document as found readings. So we were like, that's not really how we do things. That's important information. And if you're trying to avoid something on your end with your quality department, then maybe you should go back and talk to those folks about that. But we will be providing you with that as found data. Do we need to change some tolerances? Do we need to tweak how we're doing things? We'll be happy to do that. We're going to provide you a service with integrity, and we're going to give you that information because it's valuable information, and somebody in your company needs to know that for a particular reason. And I also wanted to just mention that is in our quality policy, preserving as found data. It says the objective of obtaining as found readings before adjusting the device is to provide the customer data as to the state of the device before we service it. Was it good? Was it not good? When was the last time we came out to service your scale? If it's out, maybe we need to come more often. Those are the things that are beneficial by providing that as found data, and why it's important to accurately reflect that as found data. July's online training will be fall protection. You have until August 10th to do that. After you take that class, if you need a harness or you need some other PPE, talk with your manager, get what you need. If you're uncomfortable with something or you're unsure about something, speak to your operations manager or contact me, and we'll be glad to help you in that area. We want you to feel safe and comfortable about using fall protection. As I was preparing for July safety, I came across this cartoon and I knew I just had to share it with you guys. I know I often feel like these guys in the blue suits, I'm sure Nell and Chris do, as well as many managers do. While we're up here going, accidents may happen, you never know, you never know. You're the guy here on the ladder, all PP'd up, ready for safety to change a simple light bulb. I know that sometimes things seem over the top. Chris just recently said we tend to be a little obnoxious when we talk about safety. We're always safety, safety, safety in your face, but there's a reason for that. We really want to protect you. We want to protect Carlton Scale, and we want to protect our customers. So unfortunately, maybe if you have to or are required to dress as this guy is dressed to change a light bulb, then please do so. There's a reason for it. Even though it seems obnoxious and even though it seems over the top, that's what needs to be done to keep you safe and to protect everybody. And we want Carlton Scale to be that way better company that has a super great safety record. So I appreciate everything that you guys do. If there's anything that I can do to be of assistance, please email me, call me, you may text me, and I will see you guys in August. Bye.